Today I will be talking about some ILLENIUM. His real name is Nick Miller. He's from Denver, Colorado, over there, and he's mostly does future-based EDM music, and he's really talented. He's worked with various artists, mostly Rock Mafia and Rock Mafia member Tim James. He's worked with Dabin, Annika Wells, and said this guy whose real name is Trevor Christensen. And he's also managed to get like bands like X Ambassadors, and Angels and Airwaves, and even artists like John Bellion and Sue Echo and some other artists, and even pop artists like Tori Kelly, Natalie Taylor, and a whole bunch of other artists out there, including his constant collaborator, Annika Wells. But there's two things that this year that he's been targeted with, and these were from a tiny fraction of ILLENIUM fans. So the first one is a song Nick produced called First Time, which is the vocals are from and this was his collab with iann Dior. And iann Dior, yeah, he does rock. He's sometimes does hip hop. So he's basically an artist. Interchanges between certain. So you can basically call him an artist. Some musicians that don't always stick to one type of music type, and sometimes they switch to another one. So they worked with the trio Clean Bandit on a song called Higher. So he also got famous off that too. Vocals from that, and there was sort of a pop, and Clean Bandit usually does orchestral, and some like that time I do work with this Glenn and Sarah Larson on Symphony, and that's Glenn Rather Be. So on his next album, Fallen Embers, First Time was on that, but some people were saying that was sort of not preferred over a song also called First Time, which is produced by Seven Lions, the DJ duo SLANDER, and a person who collaborates with Nick a couple times, Dabin, who is a Korean Canadian, with the vocals from Dylan Matthew, who does work with the vocals with Seven Lions a couple times, and SLANDER. So they were saying the Seven Lions, SLANDER, indeed, Dabin produced version was better than that one. But the thing is, the one produced by Seven Lions, SLANDER, and Dabin, that one's an emotional song. The first time, and as Dylan Matthew sings that in kind of like that way. And while Nick and Ian or Ian saying like very first time and stuff like that. That was, so Nick and Ian's version is sort of a rock feel good kind of version. So there's one's an emotional song and the other is a feel good song. The emotional one was made in like 2018, 2019 ish, mostly 2018. Around that time. So there's two different categories, and you can't really compare to that because they're in the different EDM types, and a kind of like EDM category. Seven Lines, SLANDER, and Dabin, and ILLENIUM, they're all different. So, yeah, you can't pretty much say that assume that it's all the same and or compare it to because something that's different. So many people, including me, have pointed out that there are two different kinds of genres of EDM, and so can't really compare that. Now the second one, which is pretty recent, it's the American Music Awards, the AMAs. I'm quite sure some of the you've heard that, and so multiple categories of music. So apparently, ILLENIUM now won the category for just the DJ category. Yet in ILLENIUM fan group on Facebook, which I am in, so a tiny fraction of people were saying Porter Robinson should have won that, and they were basically saying negative things about Nick and saying Porter Robinson should have won that instead, and now they're talking very negative about Nick and with no care about and the problem. Me and a couple other people pointed out that this is a Nick ILLENIUM fan group, and you don't talk negative about a DJ fan group of a certain DJ, and praising another DJ and saying that the DJ group that you were in about a certain DJ, you don't like to talk trash about them. So you they can just if they're going to say something like that, they could just make it a public post on their own channel or a DJ where you can talk about basically any DJ and say maybe they should one instead, and they should watch their choice of words saying. They saying that because they were saying that ILLENIUM sucks or Porter Robinson is better. Well, if you're gonna say the things like that, you better not put it on say those things to another group where maybe there's a group on Facebook for Porter Robinson fans. I'm sure there is one. Because there's fan groups of a whole bunch of artists out there and Facebook. I mean, Wooly has one. Adam Polillo. Called Wu Tuskland if you want to join. If you're a Wooly fan, DJ fan. Yeah, you can hop over there. To be honest, Porter Robinson and ILLENIUM, oh yeah, Porter and Nick are friendly with each other, but the thing is, they're in different genres of EDM music, and you can't compare that to another person. So if if people are gonna try and compare the DJ from the one category of EDM to another person, and who is an EDM or DJ who is in another category and genre, and it doesn't really make sense. So if they're going to compare, compare Nick to Griffin, who is real name Dan Griffith, with very talented, and literally is the same category as Nick, and they have worked with each other before on a song called "Feel Good" on which ended up on Nick's Awake album. With vocals from Daya. And the fact that people look down on people who are really talented and should be happy that they won an award for all their efforts to and should not talk negatively about them. I mean, if you're going to talk negative about them, go to a DJ group, like band group on Facebook or for certain artists, and saying they should have won instead of saying it in a DJ fan group or certain DJ or certain artist fan group, and trash about them, and it doesn't really it's not fair, and it's pretty very negative. And people need to remember, you can't compare things that are not alike the other. You can't compare a DJ who is not in the same genre to another DJ who's in a different genre, or an artist that is another artist who is in another genre. So not just ILLENIUM, Nick Miller, but this also applies to other DJs and other artists out there. And if you're a true fan, you would be happy for that they won an award or they accomplished something in their life. Not talk shit about them. So it's that. So people who are actually supporting that person for having or winning an award, or actually accomplish in their life that does not have to do with awards, and maybe they succeeded in something in their life, and that should be something in consideration. So, two things to show if you're a true fan, not a stan, but a true fan of that DJ or an artist.